Hello everyone, thank you for listening and watching. My name is Nefertiti and you can find my information in the description box below. So I wanted to talk to you about a channeled message I got actually during my meditation last night about the importance of liberating ourselves from fear and guilt. We need to remember that we have been conditioned to live in fear, to feel guilty, to feel less than. If you look at the ads and some of the commercials, which I don't watch television, but I see them from time to time, they are geared towards making people feel like they're not good enough, because that's the only way that you can influence a society is through inspiration or manipulation. There's really no other way. And we know that fear has been a very useful tool for the cabal, the Illuminati, Big Brother, whatever you want to call that invisible, if you will, dark force that has been controlling and manipulating the vast majority of us, as well as the entities that come along with that manipulation. So one of the most important things that we can do as sovereign light warriors, as light bearers, as way showers, is to liberate ourselves from fear and guilt. So the first tip is to listen to 396 hertz. And I think I'm going to do another video about the solfeggio frequencies, but sounds have power, right? We've all seen the experiment done by the Japanese scientist where he spoke positive words in the water and you can see all of the atoms and everything lining up into geometrical shapes, and then he would speak negativity to the water and it would turn into chaos. So we are 80% water. So you can imagine what occurs in our body when we speak to ourselves in positive ways and in negative ways. So sounds have power, and you can use 396 hertz during meditation. That's what I do. Or you can listen to it while you're cleaning or working. I wouldn't recommend listening to tones like frequency tones while you're driving. Maybe subliminal messages, but definitely not something that's going to put you in a meditative state. But 396 hertz works well because it's kind of an indirect way of dealing with these deep hidden subconscious fears and blocks, which ultimately keep us from reaching our goals. The second tip is to understand that you cannot compartmentalize fear. If there's fear in any area of your life, it's going to spill over in every area of your life, because we know that like attracts like, and we are multidimensional beings. Right? So when you have something anywhere, you have something everywhere. So don't think that if you're dealing with a fearful situation, that it's just that situation, that it doesn't affect the whole of your life, because it really does. When we have a problem, especially something that's creating a lot of tension and fear in us, we think about that problem at least 400 times a day. It's been scientifically proven. So as you're thinking these fearful thoughts about this situation that you think you're compartmentalizing, what you're actually doing is attracting more fearful thoughts. So it would benefit you to learn how to deal with fear at its root, which is basically all we're dealing with in this life is either love or fear. It's helpful to ask yourself, is this emotion mine? That should always be your initial question, especially as an empath. And what am I really afraid of? What am I really afraid of? And we'll discover that 99% of what we're afraid of are scenarios that we've created in our own mind. So stop scaring yourself. Stop scaring yourself. Louise Hay talks about that. When you have a problem, a situation, don't scare yourself more and make the problem worse than what it actually is. Every problem has a solution. That's the duality. That's the nature of this duality. We've just been conditioned to focus on the problem more than the solution. When we have a problem in our life anyway, there isn't always something that we need to do, but there is always something that we need to know. Always something that we need to know. Write it down. We are very connected to the written word. We don't realize that. You write things down, it activates certain parts of your brain to come up with solutions. So written affirmations are very useful if you're in fear. You can say, I release all fear and doubt, and life becomes simple and easy for me. Or whatever it is that you're afraid of, create a positive affirmation around it and write it down. Repeat it to yourself, because the mind is conditioned, right? That is how the mind works. It is a tool for us to use. It is not something that should have control over us. We are in control of our mind. We use our mind to create our reality. We use our mind to navigate us through life using our logic when it's necessary. But your intuition is far more valuable. Your logic, your memories, those aren't that reliable, because there's a lot of bias there, and because energy is always shifting and changing. You're best to trust your intuition. As long as you have your intuition, your internal guidance system, there's no real need to be afraid. There's a line in the Course in Miracles which says, if you knew who walked beside you at all times on this path that you have chosen, you can never experience fear again. But let's keep it real. Fear is a part of our reality, but that is a part of our mission here as light workers, is to dispel the fear, to allow people to live lives based on truth and love and compassion. We as light workers are here to show them the way. That yes, we do have fear, because that's just a part of the world we live in. But we do not have to be governed by it. We do not have to bow down to it, because it's not real. It's been a very useful tool to control people, but now the fear is leaving because the frequency of this planet is raising. So do what you can on a personal level to liberate yourself from fear when it shows up to the best of your ability. All right? So thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope this video was helpful for you. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to speaking to you again really soon. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.